I'm talking to myself the whole time. That's fantastic news, guys. We are back. We have started with qualifying. We are 3 minutes into it. We've got only 9 entries, one of them being a junior, a senior entry, I mean. I'm talking to myself the whole time. That's fantastic news, guys. We are back. We have started with qualifying. We are 3 minutes into it. Okay, my apologies. I had to mute because otherwise we would have had an audio loop that would have been infinite. All right, we're 5 minutes into qualifying, halfway now. We are currently following Eugene Brits, one of the AgainstAllOdds Esports drivers. Let's quickly go through everybody on the track. Quinton Loebscher, our other AgainstAllOdds Esports driver, currently leading the way, followed by Kyle Lawrence. Then Eugene Brits. Oh no, Eugene Brits is now. Oh, the guys are putting in faster laps. Okay, we're not going to be able to hold on to it like that. So let's quickly just go through it like this. Grant Enzo Smith, that's the father of Casey. The live show, we've already followed him. Andrew Thomas joining us again this season. John Stewart, the father of Jude Stewart. Another return, welcome return for him in our league. And then we have, excuse me, Skywolf is Zak Furi. I will take him through how to change his name. He's a new entry in our league as well. First timer in the karting, the virtual karting world for us at least. And then Silvio Ferreira, whose son is also in the juniors division. So there's a couple father-son combinations here, and it's really awesome to see the dads also getting into this and racing. It's really, really nice. Right. Only 5 milliseconds splits first and second place at the moment, so very, very... Oh no, and then Kyle Lawrence goes and punches a quicker lap in there. So interesting to see. Hopefully the guys manages to put up a good show in the Masters division. By the looks of the times, it seems like the guys are going to have a proper battle on track. That is Kyle Lawrence currently leading the way with Eugene Brits now moving up into second place, followed by Quinton Loebscher, Andrew Thomas. Everybody's just trying to get their best laps on the board. Eli Vergara saying on the Facebook chat he's coming for Kyle next week. Good man, hopefully you're going to join us in next week and get going. Look at Kyle just putting his arm on the radiator. It looks so bugged. Oh, that was so weird. When you say next week, you probably mean in 2 weeks' time for the next race. Right, 2 minutes to go. They scrutiny Kyle Scott. Yeah, no, I'll definitely go check the config files post-race. and double check and make sure everything is okay. But Kyle's definitely breaking his arm and shoulder there to get his hand on the radiator. So that's pretty interesting to see. Alright, Ashton Ripsol, our seniors guy, who didn't make it into the into the seniors race. Oh man, this kid has been all over the place today. He wasn't able to get onto the servers. His PC was giving him issues. So I told his dad, you know what, drive to my house, can pick up my gaming laptop so you can at least race and we sort out your PC going forward. So they managed to get here in time, get him set up and get the gaming laptop plugged into his rig. So luckily he'll be able to do some laps tonight, because otherwise it would have been horrible for them to get all the way to my side of the valley and get the laptop sorted and then not be able to race at all. So I'm very happy to see that Ashton has made it onto the grid, at least this time around. And hopefully he's going to be able to put in some nice laps and do some racing. He is a long way off though, but I think he might just be trying to get into the swing of things. He only has one more lap to do it. No, he'll be able to push another lap out of this. But Kyle Lawrence is setting the pace. Eugene Brits is only 14 milliseconds off the pace. Then 1.5 tenths away is Andrew Thomas. Quinton Lopesher 2 tenths away. Is very close between these four guys, and then a further second apart is John Stewart. The battle of the dad, Silvio and Grant Enzo Smith. So let's see how the dads pan out. Grant Mason unfortunately couldn't get his rig to work, so we'll see him for the next race. I'll probably be online with him to get his stuff sorted and get them going for the next one. Excuse me. I've been like through 12 liters worth of water today with this throat, just trying to hold in the cough. All right, guys, that's the end of qualifying. Everybody's gonna try and finish their laps. Lopesha parked it already, so did Andrew Thomas. Eugene Britt snuck the fastest lap right at the end there. Is Kyle Lawrence still on track? No, he parked it, so Eugene Britt's taking pole unless somebody else can sneak it away from him on the very last lap. But it seems like top honors will go to Eugene Brits for the first race, and that is our pre-final. Only a tenth away is Kyle Lawrence. Andrew Thomas 2.5 tenths, and then 3 tenths away is Quinton Lopesher. Then the battle of the dads, top honors so far goes to John Stewart. First blow has been handed out to Silvio and Grant Enzo Smith. Let's see. Ashton did manage to get a little bit of a better lap in there, so not too bad from him. Andrew Thomas did not improve. Did not improve there. Okay, let's quickly see the lap times. Let's just bring up the results. That is it. Yes, that is it. Eugene Brits 47.2, Kyle Lawrence 47.3, Andrew Thomas 47.4, Quinton Lopesher 47.5, John Stewart 48.4. Let's just quickly change this thing to the pre-final. We've got 3 restarts like we did. Silvio Ferreira 48.8. Ashton Repsol 48.9, Grant Enzo Smith 49 flat, and then Zach Fourie 50.3. Let's see if everybody can keep their feet planted on that brake pedal. Make sure that they don't go through that awkward scenario of getting disqualified. We will have 3 resets. Allow the guys still just to be able to retry because of the mechanic of how the start procedure works in the game. Sometimes you just randomly get disconnected even though you didn't move. We're in our start sequence now, guys. We're going to wait for the lights to go out and we're going to get going. And that's green. That's the start of the race. Kyle Lawrence seems like he got a very good start. Eugene Brits on the outside He should. Oh, he lost 2 positions. Quentin Loebscher's got a phenomenal start there. Straight into second place. Just nudging Carl Lawrence and just decided, you know what? I'm having none of this. I'm going to start this race in front. And there he goes. Quentin Loebscher takes the lead from 3rd place, 4th place on the grid. That he's got a very, very good start. Wow, that's crazy. And then followed by Carl Lawrence, Eugene Brits, Andrew Thomas, and John Stewart is right behind them. What a crazy start that is by Quentin Loebscher. Will Kyle Lawrence be able to just settle down, tuck in behind him, and catch up to Quentin Loebscher? Number 30, chased by number 29. Then chased by number 2. Kyle Lawrence puts his hands on that radiator again. Just to get going. That mechanic looks so weird. Andrew Thomas is right up here. He's very close. The guys are very quick. All of them are quite close together. Oh, somebody just went off there at the back. Who went off that? Silvio Ferreira. I think he might have touched the outside of the curb. And then Grant Angel Smith is all the way at the back. Let's go back to the battle for the lead. Quentin Loebscher leading the way with Kyle Lawrence right behind him. Eugene Brits in 3rd place, and Andrew Thomas is trying to keep up with these guys at the moment. He is in 4th. And then it seems like John Stewart still leading the battle of the dads. Right, Kyle Lawrence getting his hand on that. He's just working the simulation. Just working that simulation is Kyle Lawrence. Trying every trick in the book to catch up to Quentin Loebscher. He did gain him with a 10th there. So he's really close. Oh, he's got a good exit on from that corner. I need to learn the corner names on Vereeniging. What's wrong with me? Just look at Carl Lawrence. He's in that slipstream now. Well, is he going to be aggressive? That's the question. He is going to be aggressive. He's going to send it down the inside and just nudge Quentin Loebscher out. Oh, Quentin Loebscher did manage to keep his cart on the track. Wow, that's good work from Quentin Loebscher. That was a proper side pod shuffle from Carl Lawrence, just nudging him out of the way, having none of that, saying thank you very much. I'll take the lead back from you. Now it's up to Quentin Loebscher to try and catch on to the back of Carl. Look at Quentin Loebscher on the back of his suit. It says cheers. Trying to play mind games with the guys. Eugene Brits is now catching up to Quentin Loebscher. Ran a little bit wide. Will have a little bit of dirt on his cart. Oh, he seems a little bit unstable in the entry of that corner, but it doesn't seem like he lost too much. Eugene Brits is now catching. These two are both AgainstAllOdds Esport drivers. Eugene Brits being one of our drivers from the get-go, and Quentin Loebscher joining in from Season 2 last year. Let's see if the guys will... Oh. There we go. I thought Eugene lost it a bit. He did lose a lot of speed. Right, 1.2 seconds behind. Let's just see what's happening behind them. There seems to be a proper battle at the back. So I'm just gonna... You know, the gap's bigger than I thought on screen. But yeah, it is a battle between Silvio Ferreira, Zach Fourie, Ashton Ripsold, and then Grant Angel Smith. Ooh, this... Ashton Ripsold is going to send it down the inside. Oh, he's going to... No, he's going to not going to drive. Although Zach Fourie ran wide, Ashton Ripsold is going to pounce on that. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. I'm going to get out of here now. Zach Fourie is under pressure from Grant Angel Smith. Oh, Zach Fourie is very... Oh, Grant Angel Smith just sends it off the track. He decided that's not the ideal line. I'm going to cut over the track and take myself out of the race, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate from Grant there. Let's go back to the leaders. Kyle Lawrence, Quentin Loebscher still having a proper battle here. Eugene Brits is just about holding on. Will he be able to catch up to them? And Andrew Thomas is just a little bit behind them. He's just checking out the scene. Just checking out the scene. Seeing if he can get away with it. Maybe these guys make a mistake and he can just snatch away 3rd or 2nd place even. Right, 3/10 separates 1st and 2nd place. 2nd behind them is Eugene Brits, and then 2 seconds away is Andrew Thomas. And then the battle of the dads at the moment. There's Silvio and Ashton. Ooh, we ran wide there. Some of these guys are saving the groundsman a lot of work on cutting the grass. He's really, they're cutting all over the track and inside, outside, just using all of the track and more. So luckily we can give the groundsman off on Monday. He doesn't have to cut any grass. It's been sorted out. Right, here we go. Quinton Loubser now again. What's the gap? Half a second. He's lost 2/10. Oh, this is not that good from Quinton Loubser, but he's not out of reach. He would be able to catch up. I'm fairly certain of that. Kyle is super consistent at the moment, though. Gets his hand onto that radiator again. All right, Quinton Loubser seems a little bit closer. Eugene Briss is just about hanging on still, but I think he's just waiting for a mistake. Now Quinton Loubser is on top of Carl Lawrence. A little mistake from Carl. Oh, Quinton's a little bit wobbly on the exit. But he's managed to keep going with that cart, not lose too much time. Throws the cart into the corner. Now he lost. He lost. Eugene was like, thank you very much. I'll take that. Now these two need to work together, actually, and catch up to Carl. But I don't see them doing that. Carl's got a big lead now. All right, these guys just started. Oh, Quinton is not going to want to stay there. Loubser versus Brits. And Lawrence is leading the way, and Thomas is just hanging a little bit back behind him. He's not holding on to them anymore. His gap's building a bit. Two completely different lines between Loubser and Brits. But the gap is closing to Lawrence, though. It seems like they are catching up a little bit. The two AgainstAllOdds Esports drivers. Oh, the touch, he pushed him out. No, Loubser. He takes Eugene Brits out of the race. No, that's so unfortunate, but teammates touching each other. Oh, man, that's horrible. And that hands Lawrence the lead by a decent enough margin. I'm fairly certain to finish this race ahead. That's very unfortunate. Luckily, it's the pre-final, and the only thing that will change is their starting order, so Eugene Brits might still be able to get away with that. But Loubser might face a penalty, though. Might face a penalty. Because he did nudge him off of the track and send him off into the tires. Yeah, 2 laps to go. We are following Kyle Lawrence, who's still leading the way from Quinton Loubser, then Andrew Thomas in third. Zak Fourie a lap down. Eugene Brits with no nose cone. You'd probably see John Stewart catch up to him now. Yeah, that's not too far. And then Silvio Ferreira and Ashton Repsol. It seems like these two guys are like magnets towards each other, just catching on. And then a random little battle between them, and one makes a mistake. Ooh, Ashton lifted the cart there a little bit, but he managed to keep it under control, not lose too much time. Right now, Repsol catches on to Ferreira. Oh, he has a big moment there. A big moment there, but he managed to hold on to the cart there, so he's still in it to win it. It is winner position, though. And now his gap's pulled a bit. Grant Enzo Smith just parked it on the side. I'm assuming he just let everybody by. Start of the final lap of the pre-final, then we're going to go into the big 19-lap final. Kyle Lawrence leading the way. Quinton Loubser 1.4 seconds behind him. Maybe just he had just accepted defeat there. It's only the pre-final, doesn't count for any points. So it's not too bad. Carl Lawrence will take top honors unless he makes a mistake. Well, let's hope he doesn't. Keeps it nice and clean with his Lotus cart. Right, Carl Lawrence takes first in the pre-final. Quentin Loubser in second. Andrew Thomas third. Excuse me. And that is Eugene Brits in fourth with John Stewart behind him. But did Eugene get a time penalty? He did get a time penalty. That's why why it says that John Stewart has fourth place. Right, guys. Silvio Ferreira, Ashton Repsol, then Grant Enzo-Smith and Zach Fourie. That's the end of the pre-final. I need to check something while we wait for the service or the actual thing to finish up. Ooh, we have a problem. I don't think our replay saved. Ish. We've got a problem. Anyways, the Loubser saying sorry there. Here we go, the pre-final classification. It does add time penalties here, as you can see, which will be reviewed post-race tomorrow. As it's saying race is over, we are going to go straight to the final. Just going to leave this window open just to make sure nobody gets a disqualification. Carl Lawrence is going to start the race with the Loubser in second. John Stewart in fourth with Andrew Thomas next to him on the outside, third. Silvio Ferreira, Ashton Repsol, Grant Enzo-Smith, and then Zach Fourie. This is the start of the final for the Masters division. We're already in the start sequence. That means, oh, there's a bunch of... We have to restart. Only get 3. So, first restart, second restart, third and final restart. If you don't make it to the grid, then we are going to race without you. Let's hope the guys keep it nice and clean. They got a little bit too much gears. All right, now we are on our start sequence again. This is it, the start of the final for the Masters division. And it's lights out, away we go. Quentin Loubser getting a good start. Carl Lawrence on his outside, but Loubser's got the inside, and he takes first place already. Carl Lawrence just lost the position there, but Quentin Loubser did have a very blitz start in the previous race, so no surprise here, going into the lead again. Carl Lawrence into second, John Stewart third, Eugene Brits, Ashton Repsol, Andrew Thomas seems like he had a moment there. Not entirely sure what happened. We did miss that just a little bit off our screen. But anyways, we're going to go back to the front. Carl Lawrence is going to have a go at this. Try. Ooh, that's a big nudge from Carl Lawrence. Sending it against Quentin Loubser. Both of them made it through the corners, though. Wow. That was very adventurous. Seems to be a very aggressive driving from Carl Lawrence, having none of this. He wants the lead back, and he wants it quickly. Is Quentin Loubser going to be able to hold on to the lead? That's the question, really. And is Eugene Brits going to catch up? I see at the back we've got Ashton Repsol fighting with John Stewart. Number 14, Andrew Thomas had another moment off screen. Oh, Ashton Repsol, big cut across the track. Wouldn't have gained any time there, but it does seem like he's in the slipstream though. He doesn't have grip on his tires after that cutting. Alright, let's just quickly see what we have. Ashton Repsol, Silvio Ferreira, Zak Fourie, Andrew Thomas, and Grant Enzo Smith. He's parked it. He's like, yeah, I'm having none of this. Over it. Quentin Loubser still leading the way, with Kyle Lawrence just behind him. Kyle Lawrence has a time penalty. Cutting the track. Alright, that's interesting. We'll see how that pans out. Obviously, the positions will be readjusted once we review the actual cutting penalties that pop up on the screen. And we'll see what happens. I'm a little bit concerned on the size of our replay that I saved, because it seems very small, and that's already going to put us on the back foot when it comes to the stuff for tomorrow, the reports. Let's quickly have a look here. Just quickly want to see date modified. See the juniors replay I have, it's pretty big, but we don't have a seniors replay. I'm scared for that, because that's going to put us in a position where we can't review what happened in the races, and I don't want that. Any case, let's see. Quentin Loubser, Kyle Lawrence, the gap is very small. That's like not even half a second. Kyle Lawrence does have a time penalty though, which he's going to have to try and hold the gap if he wants to win this race. Okay, Quentin Loubser, Kyle Lawrence, and then Eugene Britz is a couple seconds behind him, 1.5 seconds according to the timesheet. He's really going to want to catch up, and then it's just gaps everywhere. Ashton Repsol in 4th, Silvio Ferreira, John Stewart, Andrew Thomas, Zak Fourie, and then our retired Grant Enzo Smith retired from a race. Kyle Lawrence is going to send it down the inside. Easy. Oh, they touched again. Crazy bumping there from Kyle Lawrence, sending Quentin Loubser to the outside again. Now is Quentin Loubser going to be able to tuck in and keep his composure and catch back up? His tires are going to be dirty for a couple corners. Does seem like he's got that under control so far, but now he needs to keep composure. That's going to be the important thing for Quentin Loubser, and he probably got a cutting penalty, yes, for that big love tap from Kyle Lawrence, which will probably be reviewed and judged accordingly. But while everybody figures out what just happened, let's quickly see if Quentin Loubser and Eugene Britz can catch up to Kyle Lawrence, who seems to have had it's been the quickest most of the event so far for the Masters division. The two AgainstAllOdds esports drivers chasing the, Kabuki? Yeah, Kabuki Motorsport. Oh, Eugene Britz sends it down the inside of Quentin Loubser. Oh, luckily they didn't make contact there, but Quentin Loubser will be livid. That's for sure. Hopefully he doesn't get too aggressive. He keeps it clean. Tucks in behind Eugene. Maybe these two guys just need to work together instead of fighting each other. Kyle Lawrence is so far ahead now because of the battling. Oh, and then Quentin gives Eugene a nice little love tap from behind. These guys don't want to battle, guys. Come on, keep it clean. Try and catch up to the lead. That's what's important at the moment. Guys are falling behind so far. We're almost halfway now. Kyle Lawrence leading the way, Eugene Britz, and then Quentin Loubser having a proper battle and losing control of that lead that Kyle Lawrence has over them. They can't be fighting too much because they'll just lose that gap. Will just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they'll not have any control of this race. But there is still 50% of this race to complete, so they are able to, if they just work together, catch up to Kyle Lawrence. According to the timesheets, as you'll see, Eugene is leading even though he's currently running in second. That's because Carl Lawrence does have a time penalty, which automatically gets added. We will obviously review all time penalties and remove them if we feel that it was a time penalty handed out by the game and it wasn't legit. Excuse me. For example, Quentin Loubser got nudged off by Carl Lawrence and he had to take evasive action and cut the track a little bit, but he lost the position. So I wouldn't deem that as a legit cut and most likely remove that penalty. But we'll review all of it. Carl Lawrence might lose his time penalty because he might have had a little bit of a run-in and then get that time penalty as well, which will probably be removed. Something we'll review post-race tomorrow. Make sure we go through all the incidents and all the incidents that gets reported. I do see a battle on track here between Andrew Thomas and John Stewart, the two Cape Townians. Let's see, is Andrew Thomas going to be able to get past John Stewart? Yes, he's going to send it down the inside. Oh, they're going to touch side pods, but they both managed to get through the corner though. I'd say that was a good pass on John Stewart from Andrew Thomas. He didn't necessarily expect it. That's why he turned in and their side pods did have a nice little side pod shuffle. But they both managed to get through the corners there and continue with their racing. Andrew Thomas is now trying to make up a lot of places after having two big moments in the early phases of the race. But out in front is Carl Lawrence, still having a proper lead. Eugene Brits behind them, trying to catch up. And then Quentin Loubser losing a little bit of the toe that he got from Eugene, losing control of his the gaps that he wanted to maintain. It's just not keeping up at the moment. Perhaps Quentin Loubser just taking a moment, a lap or two to just settle back in and then get going again, because there's been a lot of action for him and he might be a little bit upset under that helmet, the virtual helmet that is. But let's see, hopefully he can get composure going, or maybe he just settled for third place. No. Any points is good, bearing in mind that you will receive one drop round. So I never mentioned that to anybody, but that's how our standard has been all the way through since season 1. We only score 5 rounds, so the guys excuse me, that lose 1 round, they're still able to be in the hunt. So you don't necessarily want to use a drop round because you're going away, because you might have a horrible round and then a drop round, so then you lose almost twice as much points. So guys need to be very careful on how they plan their vacations around the league. But if it's out of your control, you get 1 drop round. Luckily, we did. We built this calendar around the Rotax and Rock Championships, so the guys would be able to race because they won't necessarily be traveling. I did take into consideration all of that when I was looking at the calendar setups. Now, Andrew Thomas going to send it down the inside of Ashton Repsol. Ashton Repsol is going to leave the door open. He's saying there's no reason for him to fight that, even though he's trying to get back that position. Aston Repsol also originally coming from Gauteng, living down in Cape Town now. So he's racing his fellow Cape Townians on the VKC track, not from around us. So these guys are all virtually have traveled up country to Gauteng to go have a proper battle. But Andrew, I see at the back of Andrew's suit it says old age. He's not driving like his old age, he's picking up the speed very nicely. So well done, Andrew, and well done, Ashton, for keeping it nice and clean, having a go at the guys, but also noting that Ashton Repsol is not fighting for any points because he missed his seniors race, which just allowed him to race tonight, because otherwise he wouldn't have had any seat time. So yeah, not bad, keeping it nice and clean. There's Repsol getting nice seat time. Zakfuri keeping out of everybody's way. Right, where are we at? Carl Lawrence leading the way. Proper big gap from Carl Lawrence. Eugene Brits trying to catch up, not able to at the moment. There is a big gap. That's about a second gap if I had to judge that with my eyes, because the timesheets are a little bit off due to the time penalties the guys have. Yeah, so great math, that would be about 1.8 seconds, 1.7 seconds would be the gap between Carl Lawrence and, oh, that gap came a little bit down, half a second. But Loubser is still far behind, he's not keeping up with the guys. He might just accept defeat tonight. He didn't do a lot of practice at all, and some of these guys haven't been able to put in the time. So getting a third place is very respectable. I'd say that's a good haul of points for the evening. So there's no reason to be upset about that, I would say. I'm just going to cut back to Repsol and Thomas, because they are still close to each other on track. Ashton Repsol is getting into the groove. He's tucking in behind Andrew Thomas and just trying to keep up. So that's very good stuff from the youngster, trying to keep up. Having had all the issues trying to get on the servers for the last couple of days with his computer. Now using my lone gaming laptop to race tonight, so he's at least able to get some laps going, and that's good. Hopefully we get his PC sorted in the next couple of days and get him up and running for round 2, which will be at Genk. That should be super fun to watch. First corner mayhem at Genk should be very fun. Right, Kyle is trying to pump in good laps over and over and over. The gap seems to be hovering at the same place, more or less. So Lawrence does seem like he's got everything under control at the moment, with Brits following behind him, and then further back is Loubser. I'd say overall, good racing. Good racing from the guys. Will be a couple incidents. I think I'll have my hands full with the seniors reviews, but we'll see what pops up there, if the guys are going to log any complaints. But other than that, we'll probably investigate or just sift through the races and see what comes up. We know there are a lot of incidents with back markers coming into play. Like I mentioned, we'll probably have a look at changing the age bracket, and then we might rerun the juniors race because of that, because some of the senior guys are still very young and might not be able to keep up with the senior guys all that well. So let's see, we'll have a discussion with everybody and then we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, Carl Lawrence is on his last lap. He's been leading, he lost the lead early in the race and then gained it back, and then he's been leading all the way through from there. A little bit of a battle with Quentin Loubser, and then Quentin Loubser with Eugene Brits, but Carl Lawrence will take top honors with Eugene Brits finishing behind him, and then Quentin Loubser in third place. Andrew Thomas will bring it home in fourth after a horrible start, losing the car twice. And he brought it back in fourth place, so good all of points. Ashton Repsol won't be scoring tonight because he's a seniors driver. And then we have Silvio Ferreira will take the top honors for the dads, because John Stewart and Grant Enzo Smith fell asleep in their rigs and had to retire. And then Zak Fourie will finish up in seventh. Guys, that is it from us. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I'd like to give a shout out to Logitech South Africa for sponsoring 3 steering wheels for each division champion. So hopefully the guys will appreciate that. I really do. I like the fact that we've got something like that on board. Logitech sponsoring us those steering wheels. Yes, most of these guys probably have high-end wheels, but they can always donate it to some of their friends that would like to get involved, and that automatically gives us 3 new entries. So yeah, thanks guys, and then KC Racing and Against All Odds Sports for the production. We'll see you guys next week. Not next week, 2 weeks from now. Let me double check because I'm telling lies. Our schedule is the 12th of April, round 2. We will be at Genk. Then a week later, we'll be at Lonato for round 3. 10 May, we'll be doing round 4. That's Kalani. 24 May, we'll do Cartland. And then we'll end the season off the 7th of June on Idubi. Right, guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much